Welcome back to another 2 Minute Tuesday. My battery's about to go, so I have to do this really quickly. So it will be 2 minutes. Okay, last week I talked about 3 weeks out from a marathon. This week is 2 weeks out. First of all, mileage or kilometers or whatever. If you did 50 miles last week, then whatever you did in mileage, do that in kilometers. So then it's 50 kilometers, which is 32 miles. Number two, this is about, it's a week and a half out from your marathon. Or 2.5 weeks out if you're doing New York. What you need to do is do a session on maybe tomorrow or Thursday that's something like 3x2 miles at marathon pace with a 90-second to 2 minute recovery in between. So it's long enough that it's going to be a good effort, but it's not long enough to make you feel really tired for the marathon. So you're still getting that muscle memory, you're still not teaching, but you're reminding your legs what it feels like to do marathon pace. Do a 2 mile warm up and a mile warm down or whatever. Your long run should be somewhere between 10 and 12 miles and the last 4 miles at marathon pace. Again, just to teach and remind your body what it's like to do marathon pace. Everything else after that isn't really that important. I would suggest getting a massage this week and next week. If you can go out and do the marathon course, perfect. I would suggest probably maybe, let's say, not necessarily the first part, because you know, like you don't really have to think about that part. What I would suggest is probably around the dropping well, which is around mile 18, going to Roebuck, UCD type of thing. And the last 2 miles, your mind isn't going to be in the race anyway. You're going to be just thinking, there's loads of people starting to come together. You're thinking about the next 2 miles, or not the next 2 miles, but you're going to be thinking about the finish if you're not already absolutely dead. So I would suggest something in around the 15 to 22 mile mark. Or longer if you want. This week is about just bringing the volume down, bringing the intensity a little bit down from what it was last week. Like I said, going from whatever you were mileage wise to reducing it to kilometers. If you were doing kilometers and you were doing 50 kilometers, then I'd probably suggest something like maybe 40 kilometers. If you're in kilometers, bringing it down to 10 to 15 kilometers from your previous week. So yeah, it's not that complicated. You're a week and a half out, or let's say the guts of 2 weeks. You should feel nervous, you should feel excited, but it's alright to feel these things. Do what you were doing nutrition wise. You don't really need to be thinking too much about that at the moment. And that's 2 Minute Tuesday done and dusted. I'll see you next week for the last part of Marathon Taper. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, like, share, and see you next week. Bye bye.